You're watching TVC Breakfast. Now, according to data from the Central Bank of Nigeria, Nigerians spent a total of $39.66 billion on foreign education and healthcare-related services between 2010 to 2020. The thirst for foreign education is increasing, with many countries offering attractive opportunities for prospective students. But with the rush of wanting to leave Nigeria, many students often get stuck in a foreign land, not having accurate information of what to expect. So joining me via Zoom from Bulgaria to share with us some vital things to note when planning to school abroad is the manager, International Student Interhex, Dimitar Anastasov. Thank you so much for being with us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Interesting. Now, Europe is an educational destination for African students. What's really special about schools in Europe, including Bulgaria?
Europe has become, in my opinion, the best continent to offer a lot of educational opportunities. Many European countries offer excellent opportunities for studying, for living, and for working, the three things. Especially for students, Europe can be a very, very attractive destination, and it has welcomed students from more than 100 countries around the world, not only from Africa, but from around the world, really, and probably from even more countries. That's why the motto of the European Union is unity in diversion. This means they welcome all people from all the world. In Europe, you have a very big diversity of specialties, of universities, of institutions. The European universities have really global reputation, and they have very big recognition around the world. This means that studying in Europe will open really big, really huge doors in front of you in your future. Other things I can mention and that are in my mind are the quality of education, which is really, really high. The quality of life, like the Europeans are probably having the best quality of life. Rich culture that is among all the countries around Europe, and really a lot of career opportunities. Bulgaria, now as we are part of the European Union since 2007, have all the things mentioned that I mentioned. So yes, basically.
Right. So
that's what we can offer.
If we want to look at it, quite in depth, approximately how many African students come to Bulgaria each year?
Bulgaria, as a country, we have very big history with African students. Years ago in Bulgaria, there were more than 1,500 students that were studying here each year. For example, there were more than 500 students in the technical universities in Bulgaria, studying different specialties there. We had, like in Bulgaria, they were studying more than 1,000 students in the agricultural universities. We have universities in medicine, dentistry. We have, like in the University of Mining and Geology, around 300 students every year. There were students in other specialties as well. The problem at the moment is that at the moment there are not so many students from the African countries studying in Bulgaria, probably around 200 to 400 students every year. Our plan and our goal is to restore this connection between the African countries and the Bulgarian countries. So African students can really see again the positives of studying in our beautiful country.
Makes sense. So there is one thing for Africans to be in your country. There's another thing to also make impact in your country. So how would you say the presence of foreign students shaped cultural and social friendship and cooperation?
In Bulgaria, we have really a lot of international students from, as I said, from all around the world. And the good thing is that when students come here, they bring their own vibe, their own culture, their own traditions to Bulgaria. And they share here and they change our mentality in a very positive way. From our side, our country is more than 1,400 years old. And this means that we have really rich traditions as well. And we enrich the students that come here, and we exchange all the ideas and all the thoughts. I'll give an example. For example, during the past years, people started opening shops and restaurants right across the universities that offer foreign food and foreign goods that are interested for the students. And I think it's very nice and really good for exchanging the traditions and culture between the countries.
Makes sense. So there's so many students, who are planning to come to Bulgaria, for instance, who are watching us at the moment, but then they are torn between what course or courses they can offer. So could you talk to us about some of the courses that are recommended for foreign students?
We have a lot of courses that we can offer to all the students coming here. We have even different courses in different languages. We have courses in English, we have courses in German, in French, in Bulgarian language, so the students can choose. The specialties exactly we can offer are, for example, technical specialties like computer science, engineering, different courses in engineering like mechanical, electronical, aeronautical engineering. We have economical specialties like business, international relations, economics, finance, marketing. We have the courses in philosophy, in psychology, as I said, in the agricultural specialties. We have a lot that we can offer. We have medical specialties like medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, veterinary. We have nursing as well. So we have plenty of specialties we can offer.
So it's one thing for you to be able to identify what course you like to, take when you get to Bulgaria. It's another thing for you to know how much it's going to cost you. So how affordable are these tuition and fees?
Yes, the tuition fees are very affordable, and to be honest, even more affordable than other European countries. They can start from 2,000, like it depends on the language course like you take. If it's Bulgarian, it can be even cheaper. For the English courses specifically, the tuition fees, they start from 2,000 euro, between 2 and 3,000 euro for the economical and the technical specialties, around 4 to 5,000 euro for nursing, veterinary. And we have the most expensive courses in terms of the courses are the medical specialties like medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy. They're between 6 and 8,000 euro per year. All the tuitions are paid in installments. This means you don't have to pay the entire fee in the beginning. You just pay in installments, like 50% of the fee for the first semester and 50% from the fee for the second semester.
So it's just, if you look at the foreign exchange between the currencies in Africa, for instance, Nigeria and that of Bulgaria, I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it might be a bit the high side for some Africans. But so I'll be asking you, what scholarship opportunities are there for foreign students, say Nigeria?
Some universities offer part or full scholarships for foreign students for specific specialties and specific universities. It depends on the agreements that the ministries between our countries, between our country and your country has concluded for cooperation. Some time ago, if I remember, our country, like Bulgaria, has signed an agreement with the Ministry of Education in Nigeria for offering scholarships to some students for certain specialties. So I think in the very close future, very soon, we will be able to offer a lot of scholarships for a lot of specialties for students coming from Nigeria or from other countries in Africa. Bulgarian universities also offer very, like in terms of expenses, they offer not only like tuition fees, like on the low part of Europe, but low living expenses and even low fees for dormitory and renting. So I think it's something positive.
So if you decide that you want to go to Bulgaria, for instance, and you really you're not sure about some of the requirements that are required of you, what are the primary requirements, just primary requirements for foreigners to school in Bulgaria, for instance?
So basically, for the different specialties, the requirements are different. This means that based on the specialty you want to study, the requirements for admission may differ. The basic and most important requirement to be able to apply and study in Bulgaria is to have average score in your school diploma above 62%. What our students are doing is that they send us the documents and based on these documents, we give them the options. For example, you can study this, like what is your interest? My interest is in economics. Okay, so with your educational diploma, you can study this or you can study that.
Right, so we know what is going on currently in Ukraine, and a lot of Nigerians who were studying there had to evacuate. Some moved to Poland, some are back here in the country. A lot of them are still willing to go back to Ukraine if it finally settles, but they're not sure when. Nobody knows when that's going to end. So are there opportunities for people like that? Because Ukraine is in Eastern Europe, Bulgaria, Southeastern Europe. So is there any collaboration between your country and Ukraine, so that some of the students who are affected will be taken to your institutions?
First of all, I'm very sorry about the whole situation, about all the students that were studying in Ukraine. The situation is indeed not so good, and we received many inquiries from current students there that are willing to continue their education in some other country. This is like a situation that nobody can predict, that like when it will start or when it will end. At the moment, there is a communication between the Bulgarian universities from September to start accepting students from first or second or third year. So based on their previous education, in order for them to be able to continue without stopping their education in Bulgaria and just to graduate, get a degree, and don't stop there. So there are currently plans for this, but it will be for September. Like the academic year in Bulgaria is usually starting in September and October, so we will be having students for this intake.
So how easy would a visa application be for someone who will be leaving this country, for instance, who is quite looking forward to learning from any of these courses that your country offer?
It depends on the educational background of the student, whether he meets the criteria for admission and what his previous course was. if it is something related to economics, if it's something related to technical specialties for medicine, for nursing. So because the courses and their curriculums between the different countries, they vary. They are not so similar. So we got in touch with some universities, and they said that upon examining the documents, they will consider the factor Ukraine and Russia war at the moment. This means they will be more eligible to apply and to continue their studies in Bulgaria. So it has some difficulties, but we are currently working to resolve them by September.
It's one thing to leave your fatherland, it's another thing to find yourself in another place and, be well settled in. What is that social cultural uniqueness, there are for intended foreign students to enjoy?
Bulgaria is a small country, but actually we are very proud of our nation, and you can really do a lot of things here. We have very beautiful mountains. You can go hiking, you can go snowboarding, skiing. We have amazing seaside that you can go and visit and have good time. Our nation is really open for people around the world, and we are practically friendly to everybody that wants to come, live, work, or study here. We are friendly. We are welcoming all the students and all the people who wants to come and study and live in Bulgaria.
All right, Dimitar Anastasov, before you go, I just want to ask you this question on the final note. You said you've mingled with a lot of foreigners, Nigerians, Africans generally. What is that special recipe that you've tasted of Africa or Nigerian?
It's a very, very unique countries and very unique places. I feel blessed really to have the opportunity to work with all the institutions from all the African countries. I love the language. I love the pronunciation of the language. When people speak with me, it's my pleasure to offer our services, to offer our country. What I'm experiencing from the students is they're very friendly, they're very open.
Right.
They want to come to study and to become better people and to become better people in the world.
Makes sense. Right. Thank you very kindly. Manager, International Student, Interhex.
You're very welcome.
Anastasov. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.